Welcome to another issue of Hangar 207 in the Garage Baja Edition. That's my engine. That's the engine for the Baja. I built this about a year ago and I put it in the blue buggy. I just went and got it, took it out. Here, let me show you that little clip of going over there when we went to pull this out. Okay, here's my other two buggies. Here's the engine that we're putting on the Baja. I gotta pull it out of this one and then take it home and put it in the Baja. And here's the other buggy. And this one has an engine in it, but the engine in this one needs to go in this blue one. And I have to build an engine for this one. Here's this engine. Can't really see it. There's not really any light in here to see it, but oh well. That's it anyways. But that engine goes into this buggy. So, getting ready to pull this motor out. Alright, let's go through this. I built this about a year ago. Well, I think it was spring. I don't know when I built it. I had to go back and look. I have done so much here. This had the pistons and the cylinders were all good. I just put rings in it, replaced the gaskets. The bearings was good. I didn't have to replace those. I put this exhaust on because none of the other exhaust would fit the blue buggy. And so we just get up here, get it prepped, get it ready to go in. This tube here is for the throttle. It's where the cable comes in and then comes in up to here in the front of it, hooks up to the throttle and works right there. But the problem is that tube is going to hit like right here, so I have to fix that problem somehow. I got the transmission in and mounted, kind of simple bolts there, and up in front. The clutch is hooked up there. It's not adjusted because I gotta have the engine in there. Here's the throttle cable. I'm not sure why it's that long. I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. I hooked up. I was able to video hook it up to shifter. Let's play that. Let's play that clip. That's what the shifter hooks up to. That little piece there, that's actually the front of the transmission. Right there. That's the front of the transmission. And this rod here, this is what fastens into here, like that. And then a bolt goes through here and locks on. I'm moving the shifter. Oops, moved it too far. Gotta raise that up, put that in there, and then screw that bolt down right there. And then move the shifter over. Oh, don't do that. It's backwards, so what you're moving it is there. Now tighten that bolt down, and then that's where it'll be. Let's do that. Okay, here's the bolt that goes in there. See how it's got a hole in it? That's for safety wire, so I'll have to safety wire that. So I'll have to safety wire it so it doesn't come loose. I don't know how I'm going to do this with both hands. Ooh. Working out like it should. There, now I can do it. Just kind of losing gear. Yep, right over top of the hole. I just put this in here like this. I'll have a camera set up different when I go to the safety wire. Of course, I grabbed the only pair of pliers that was cheap, don't work real well. Or I mean crescent wrench. There, it's in there tight now. First, second, third, fourth, reverse. Ain't that cool? Alright. There's that. And we'll get together some of the other stuff. So that's hooking up the shifter. That works. In here, I got the brakes on, all new lines. I got my tie rods on. They're not adjusted yet, but they're new. Excuse me. They're new and on there, but I haven't adjusted them yet. I got to put the tires on and set the toe and lock them down. But when I'm all done with the buggy, I'm going to take it down and get the front end alignment and the back end aligned, because there is an alignment there. So the next step is we're going to put the tires on. Oh, the one thing I missed, I should have told you about. The axles. Here's the axles, one that I took apart. I got a video I'm going to show another time of rebuilding the axles. But these axles are not really good. The CV joints that are here, you'll see it in the video that they're not real good shape. So what I did was I bought new axles. Brand new axles. Here's the grease to grease them, and the bolts to bolt them in. Now, the reason why I bought new axles because they were relatively inexpensive. The rebuilding the axles, of course, are cheap, but like I said, this engine here is not a stock engine. This engine is not a stock engine. It's bigger than a regular 1600. It's like a 1784 or 17 something. I don't know really what it was. When I took it apart, saw the pistons were new, the jugs and the cylinders were new, and I measured them, and they're all oversized. So this engine is actually bigger. It's got the Progressive 2 carburetor on it. I don't want to put stock or old CV joints on there, so I bought the new CV joints. These are good ones, so they should handle the horsepower of this motor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the CV joints before I put the engine on, because the engine comes out to like here, and it's easier just to get in there now because it has to bolt to that, and then a bolt to that one. There. So I'm going to put those in, put the tires in, pull the buggy out of the garage, do a U-turn, put it back in, so the engine's over where the light is, and it's easy to see, and I got a little bit more room to install the engine. My clips came in. This is what they look like. These clips here for the brakes. So those are installed there, and the other side all around. So I went ahead and just put new clips all over. So the brakes are basically all new except for the front rotors. These rotors are off of a Karmann Ghia. I could buy brand new ones, but those are basically brand new. There's hardly any wear on it at all. So I got to put the speedometer cable on, which bolts to here. Just back speedometer. Comes down and goes through this hole. Then comes down this clip, and there's a hole right here, which I don't know if you can see. Put a cable in there, and it pops out here, and a clip goes on there. So that's gonna, I'll try to video that. Like I said, I've been having a hard time doing a lot of the videoing because they don't come out right. They don't do, no one ever watches them, so it's kind of hard to want to put the extra. And it takes twice as long to do a simple job when you're videoing. But I got my road tires. These are the tires that I'll use for the road. And I'll put the other tires on when I go do some serious off-roading. But I bought some front tires. They're smaller than the back tires. And then here's some good off-road tires. There's the tires for the front. We'll see how it looks and when I get the fenders on and everything. Well, it's time to do the axles. Now I got one end right there, not tightened down or cleaned up yet, but I'm getting this side ready to go. So this is how they go in. So here's the axle. We gotta put grease in it. Okay. There's a tie wrap kind of holding it together. Pull the tie wrap out. Up the trash. The gasket. Pull it out for now. That will go in. Grease. This stuff, no matter what you do, it goes everywhere. It's just nature of the beast, I guess. Now, I don't know if I got you in here or not. I can't really tell. I just took the knife and cut the corner off. Now down here they got grease in it already. So grease down in there already, but it's not going to be enough. I'm going to definitely put more in there. So, and I use up all this. I got 2 packets, one for this, one for bottom. I just got to work it in. So, I've only did one, and that was a nightmare. This one is this, well, one at full axle, so I've done 2. Put grease in 2 so far. This one I'm going to try to do it a little different. You know, one on each, you know, you get 2 of them, so. You gotta force the grease down the side there. It's like, almost like greasing, putting grease in a bearing. You gotta force it down the side. And the bearing, and the thing moves. I'll probably speed this up for time lapse, so it's not so boring. Now I'm taking a lid like this, and I'm setting over top of it, and I'm pushing the stuff in. Kind of lift it up down, it kind of sucks up on it a little bit. I found after that seemed to work pretty good. It just squeezed the grease out, but it's at least in there around those balls real good. These are called CB joints, constant velocity joints. They're better than universal joints, but I'm not too sure how. But oh, because they lengthen. U-joints don't do that. You have to have a different kind of slip yoke in U-joints for that to work that way. The thing about this is that whenever you work with grease, you just touch something, you got grease everywhere. It's just, this is impossible to do without getting grease all over you. This freaking allergies I got just kills me. That's one. I'll do the other side off camera. I mean, it's same stuff. I think it's going to be a tad bit kind of boring to see it over, and then I'll see what I can do about setting the camera up for installation of it. One down. Oh yeah, I was going to show you too. See how thick this axle is here? Here's the stock axle. See the difference? There's a big difference in the thickness of the axles. I'll put the gasket back in when I get ready to install it. But I'm going to turn the camera off, grease this one, and then get over to the buggy and do the install. Alright, here we are at the buggy. Taking some more of the grease we got, what's left, and put it inside this little hole, or just put it in there like that. Got that in there like that. To the other side and just fill up that one. Oh, this stuff is just, it gets everywhere. I will tell you, putting this in sucks. Now I'm going to put this in without these little washer type things, and then I'll add them in after I get them started, because it's not easy. Well, it's not easy no matter what you do. torque those down, clean up the grease, and that's the axles. Next in is the engines. Engine. That's going to be the next video. So I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching Hangar 207 in the Garage Baja Edition.